Oh, happy birthday! What?
So 0-0-2, and we're going to have, I assume, a bit of a nail biter in this game because it's a must win for both. Both teams want to avoid going to the game breaker. The Dynamos want to win this, who take it to the game breaker, and the Smashers want to avoid playing it. So we're both going to fight hard, we're both going to compete. I think this is Saran's first mixed doubles game of the league so far. Vivek has played a couple of them already. I think last picture Vikram and Soumya played mixed doubles, and in the first one Vivek did. But just gonna pull up what the results were of Starry Smashers' mixed doubles game against the All Stars. So that's where Rohan and Ramya took down Ravi Verma and Anmisha Reddy 15-12. Smashers have gone a different route this time. Obviously, roster availability with Feroz not being there has meant that they've got to switch some stuff up. So they've got a completely new pair playing the mixed doubles today.
And you can hear the encouragement for the Dassos Dynamos increasing because it is a must-win game for them. Yeah, our cameraman obviously has experience in the IPL because whenever he gets a chance, he shoots all the pretty people in the audience.
There's no way that camera is turning on us anytime soon.
Yeah, we have a very audiogenic face, not a very photogenic face. On your screen are some of the celebrities who have arrived. If you're watching this at home, you must come down to the Anvita Hyderabad Pickleball League 2025. It's an electric atmosphere here. You can watch the games, you can have food, you can have your drinks. Meanwhile, the Smashers get their point.
So 3-1 to the Dynamos. Smashers leading. Smashers on their second serve down 1-3. Saran doing a good job there of tapping across, and what is known well in the pickleball circles, the term poaching a lot of balls coming Uttama's way. Happens a lot in mixed doubles at the highest level.
Beautiful placement there. Vivek acknowledging his opponent.
Incredible effort from Uttama to pick that drop shot up. I mean, I've been on the receiving end of those drop shots from Vivek on numerous occasions, and I think Uttama has done an incredible job of getting there, putting the ball across the net. I think Vivek understands how difficult it is to do what he just did, and you could see him give it a small clap there and acknowledge that. So 3-2. I don't think the Dynamos want this to be a close one. They want to get this done with, get to the game breaker. Saran is not going to let them off the hook that easily. And slowly the scoreline is going to creep ahead for the Dynamos. It's now 4-2. It's on their first serve.
Your next match is court 2, huh? good placement there. Good placement there, but the referee calls it out.
5-2, Soumya to serve.
They got to keep maintaining their lead. They have to win this match, remember?
Absolutely, and just to highlight the whole discussion around formations, this is what we were talking about earlier. So you can see that both teams are playing a stacked formation where both of the males want the forehand in the center of the court. So Saran's going to stay on the left side of the court throughout, and so is Vivek, because the ability for them to move alongside that kitchen line on a left-right movement basis and poach a lot of the balls that come out the air is something it's become a staple now in mixed doubles pickleball. So Soumya's got that big looping serve up there, giving her enough time to get back to her spot. Huge put away there from Saran.
Dassos, Dynamos, 7-2. They got to win this. Also, have you noticed any advantage they've got the smashers in this match because one is right and one is left? Or has that not worked to their advantage?
Well, the last men's doubles match, I think, was a similar formation on both sides. I think both teams had a lefty-righty combo on court. And funnily enough, just on a observation point of view, one team played stacked and one team did not. And the guys that took that game were the team that did not play stacked. That was Vikram and Siddharth. They switched, alternated every single point, very comfortable with their backhands being in the center, their forehands being in the center. I think effectively being used to each other's game and having good communication is a key to make sure that they're able to execute from those positions well. You don't typically find people switching sides in mixed doubles. You will end up most of the time finding that the guy plays on the left, the girl plays on the right hand side, and the guy most of the time covers about 2/3 of the court when he's standing at the kitchen line and ends up dancing around on that line to try and poach all the loose balls. So it's a pretty interesting way to see which person does a more successful job of poaching and kicking balls out of the air.
Beautiful. Aggressive game.
Incredible defense. It's a great example there of what we were just talking about, where Saran was coming across the entire half of the court, cutting into Uttama's side and making sure that he clips everything out of the air with his forehand over there. And it worked. I mean, he hit 3 or 4 of them in a row. He managed to get through the defense of the Dynamos there. And we've hit the halfway mark. There's going to be a mini break and a side change over here. It's 8-4 with the Dynamos looking to even things out at 3 games apiece and take this into a game breaker. Vidya, did you have a chance to commentate, or were you in the commentary booth for one of the other game breakers that happened in the league before this?
Yeah, I was there. I remember one where they were down 0-3 and then they came back, went till the game breaker and then won it. That was 3 weeks back actually.
Right, that was week 1. I think that might have been the Dynamos versus the Chargers.
Good.
If I remember correctly. Or was that the Dynamos versus the Raptors?
It was the
Raptors.
Raptors.
It was the Raptors.
It was the Raptors. Yeah. And actually the Raptors have a knack of going to the game breaker quite a few times. You know, they put up some of the best matches in the league so far.
Right. Phenomenal shot there from Vivek. Great example of the amount of poaching we were talking about earlier. Jumps across the kitchen, makes sure it's not a violation by stepping in there. He's picked that out of the air and absolutely planted it onto the other side.
And one thing I've noticed from the coverage of Vivek's matches so far is how he manages his energy through the matches. So you see, when he starts off, he's slow, a little more tempered. And as the match goes on, once he crosses 10 points, he brings in his final form, his full set of skills, if I can call it that.
Absolutely. I think it's a great observation, and it just shows the kind of experience that he brings to these kind of events where he's got the ability to structure his performance through a transitionary point of 0-0 all the way to 5 all, 10 all, and then he leaves that final bit in the tank to finish a game off. So, I mean, he's company, very high level of tennis. He's been playing pickleball for a while now. He's had an opportunity to compete against some of the top names countrywide, and I mean, he belongs in that group of names to be discussed.
So I just want to ask you a question that's beyond this match. But if there was, I mean, I understand pickleball is a new sport and it's still kind of a fledgling sport. But if there was a Hyderabad Hall of Fame of pickleball, like a Mount Rushmore, let's say, I'll make it easier for you. Four, who would they be? The four Mount Rushmores of Hyderabad pickleball.
That's an interesting question. I think you're going to have to categorize them separately into the male and female buckets.
Let's say two male.
That's
two
a
female.
phenomenal point. Sorry, we're going to get back to the Mount Rushmore bit. We've noticed that the Dynamos have swapped sides, so they seem to not opt for the stacking option when they're receiving service, but they're going back to a stack formation on serve. So obviously this is something to do with comfort levels of both of them on when they receive the ball, and they're not on the ideal sides of the court. But sorry, just wanted to pop that in there. Yeah, so Mount Rushmore of pickleball in Hyderabad. I don't think it's a very difficult list for the top 2-3 names. I think you're going to have good debates on who might make position number 4, to be honest. But we've got 3 incredible guys who are all part of the league in Sameer Verma in the All-Stars, Nikhil from the Titans, and Vivek. And I am honestly not sure who you would place at number 2. I think if you were to go by Duper scores and a bunch of other stuff, Sam sits on top of that list, both in the singles and doubles category. There's Vivek and Nikhil as well. And then that 4th spot, I think there's a good amount of debate that can be had about that 4th spot. You've got Srikar, you've got, I think there's a long list of tennis players who've suddenly become known names now thanks to the pickleball league over here, right? So I actually think you should field this question at the next Pickleball Unplugged podcast. It should make for some interesting topic. And I think on the women's side, singles players, there's Faye, there's Niharika, there's Ramya, there's Satvika as well on the Mavericks. If I am not mistaken, across the entire league, if you go by all the points that these players get for their teams on the fantasy side of things, I think Satvika is number 1 across men and women.
Yes, that's true.
I think it's 2 or 3 girls right on top of the list of having accumulated the most points on the fantasy platform as well. If you've just tuned in and you haven't signed up yet and created a fantasy team, it's a great opportunity for you to field a fantasy team. There are friends and family of so many people we know of playing in this league. It's an amazing chance for you to put together your own roster, see how it goes, test your knowledge of the pickleball landscape in Hyderabad. Incredible shot there from Soumya. She's absolutely put that away. It's clipped the line. From my angle, I thought the refs might call that out, but it stayed in. Once again, we can see that the Dynamos have opted not to stack when they are receiving service. It's an interesting strategy. I think it's definitely something we should invite Vivek and Soumya over for a chat once this is done and understand what the aim is behind that. Ten 6-2 here. The Dynamos inching closer and closer. 11-6, inching closer and closer to pushing this into a game breaker. So this is going to be an interesting 10-15 minutes coming up. Unbelievable court coverage from Vivek. That is an unlucky hit off the net cord. The racket goes for a toss as well. Frustration clearly starting to show on the Smashers side, and they have called that timeout as well. So the Dynamos are 3 points away from taking this to a game breaker.
Good comeback by the Dynamos, in fact, because when we watched the first 3-4 matches, it looked like they're going to be swept away.
Incredible comeback to play these last two games under pressure 3-1. Obviously the job's still not done yet. The Starry Smashers are going to try and use this timeout to once again break momentum, claw their way back into this game.
వంతెనలు, పాఠశాలలు, ఆనకట్టలు, ఆసుపత్రులు, నివాసాలు, గ్రామాలు, నగరాలు భారతదేశం నిర్మాణానికి చెందిన దృఢమైన పేరు. ప్రియా సిమెంట్ కలకాలం ఉంటుంది.
Embracing. Taste the original. What exactly is original?
And straight out of the timeout, a point on the board for Dynamos, inching closer to that game breaker, which is seeming inevitable at this point. Great recovery there from Uttama, managing to pick up that little ball that hit the tape. So it's 14-6. Point away from the game breaker. Vivek running up ahead, making sure that leads his team into the game breaker. It's a good win for them. It's a good comeback from 3-1 down.
Okay, so once this is done, this might go to game breaker. It's gone to game breaker.